Researchers at the University of Rochester, the University of Essex, and also the University of California in Santa Barbara wanted to look into homophobia and whether or not the most homophobic people are gay themselves. And the findings of their study indicate that yes, they are.
Oh, I love that.
No, but this is incredible because we've talked about this on the show, but we've never had the science to back it up, right? People who are outspoken against the gay community, who hate the gays, usually tend to be gay. Right? It's their way of either projecting or the way of, trying to hide the fact that they're gay.
So before you tell me the numbers behind it, let me just say anecdotally, the reason we would say that all the time is because we would see it anecdotally all the time, right? So we, first of all, in your private lives, the guy you went to high school with who's all like, yeah, that F word, this guy, he's so gay, how many of you guys have gone back to the reunion and seen that guy's like, yeah, sorry, I came out. Like, turns out I was gay. So, but forget that, right? Let's just say that you haven't had that experience in your private life. In the public life, every raging homophobe in the Republican Party at some point is discovered in a bathroom somewhere with a white stance. And he's like, what, me? Oh, well, me? No, I've never been a gay American. I was just trying to, do some oral on a guy in a bathroom. What? Right? I mean, it happens so often. Ted Haggard, the big evangelical leader, gay is terrible, blah, 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 smoking some sort of drugs off the gay hooker's ass. But literally, like I forgot which drug he was doing, but I always thought that visual was hilarious. Okay, I mean, these guys, they couldn't get any gayer. And so I've always talked about how it's really a war between gay people who are in the closet and gay people who are out of the closet, and the rest of the country is stuck in between. Right? Because I actually don't think that there's that many straight people who actually hate gays.
Yeah, I don't, because look, if you're straight yourself, why do you care? I'm straight. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care what you do in the bedroom. It doesn't impact my life at all. It doesn't harm anyone at all. So why does it matter?
Even something as dramatic as snorting crack off of a gay hooker's crack. How about it, Hoss?
But here's the thing.
Again, how does it affect me? 0% affects me not at all.
Now, here's a very, very important element of the study that I haven't mentioned yet. I need to mention. You are more likely to be homophobic if you are gay yourself and you were raised in an environment that looks down on homosexuality, right? So if you have parents or family members who are constantly bashing the gay community, then if you are gay, you're going to feel threatened. You're going to feel scared.
Of course.
So as a result, you will lash out at the gay community as well because A, they bring your sexuality to your attention, and also you want to protect yourself from your crazy family members who are so hateful and spend their time bashing the gay community, right?
And look, this happened throughout our history too. I mean, there's so many examples. Roy Cohn used to work with Joe McCarthy. He accused everybody of being gay. He was gay, right? And why? Because he's so afraid they're going to find out that he's gay that he's like, oh yeah, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay. Look, I'll do an absurd example for you. Whoever smelt it, dealt it, right? I mean, when you're little kids, right, they talk about, like, oh yeah, Anna farted, Irina farted, Mark farted. Oh, and everybody knows that's the kid doing that is the one who farted, right? Okay, and J. Edgar Hoover, same thing. Turns out dressed like women, led the FBI for all this time. Gay, 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 gay. Meanwhile, he's like, oh, let me try on your clothes. Okay.
Yeah. So the researchers say individuals who identify as straight but in psychological tests show a strong attraction to the same sex may be threatened by gays and lesbians because homosexuals remind them of similar tendencies within themselves. In many cases, these are people who are at war with themselves and are turning this internal conflict outward.
Again, exactly what we see anecdotally throughout all the stories that we do. Michael Savage, viciously homophobic. He told the reason he got kicked off of his brief stint at MSNBC was he told a guy with AIDS that I hope you die because he's gay, and etc. Meanwhile, wrote a semi-autobiographical book where he said he would get up at night and wrestle with his demons because he wanted to, have hot, sweaty sex with men, but he didn't know whether he should or he shouldn't. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so attracted to men. They're literally at war with themselves.
I know.
Alan Keyes, longtime Republican right-winger, kicked out his daughter from his house because she's a lesbian, wanted to never talk to her again, said, at one point, well, look, if we all followed our tendencies, of course we'd all be gay. Something along those lines, like we would all act out on this. And I thought, no, we wouldn't. And apparently Alan Keyes thinks, well, God, if I followed my tendencies, well, obviously I'd be with dudes.
Yeah. it's actually very depressing, right? Because look, these people can actually do significant harm, like Marcus Bachmann, for instance. I'm not saying that he's gay, but he's...
I am.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
so,
come on. Has anybody seen that guy?
We suspect that he might be gay. But he dedicates his life to therapy for gay people, right? To basically...
Oh, of course.
And that could cause real psychological damage to people, so it's disastrous. But at the same time, you feel bad for these people, right? Because they have this internal conflict, and it takes over them for the rest of their lives. Like, part of me wants to pat them on the back and be like, look, it's okay. Your family is full of douches. Everything will be all right. All right?
No, that's true. And I feel bad for them in a lot of ways. But they usually lash out in such a vicious way.
That it's hard to feel bad.
Yeah, my sympathy doesn't last long. Look, Marcus Bachmann, of course, is Michelle Bachmann's husband, runs the Curing Gays thing as he goes to every event. And it's like, hello, everybody. Okay, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. Except I already said it. But he's not alone. There's also the guy we did a story on 7, 8 years ago. It's on our soundboard. The mom, why did you do this to me guy? The one who gives ex-gays therapy to try to make them ex-gay, and they pound a pillow with a tennis racket and yell at their moms. I mean, obviously look at the pressure that they got at home for whatever reason, right? That guy, his therapy to make sure that gays turn straight is to put those men on his lap and then rock back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. This is beyond all bounds of reason. How could you possibly? Come on. He's like, what? I'm not gay. What do you mean? I'm not gay.
All right, okay.
Okay, you're like, okay.